Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 3, that is performance of transmission lines. Here we are going to discuss about problems on voltage regulation and efficiency. So now we are going to discuss about problems on voltage regulation and efficiency. So first problem, a single phase overhead transmission line delivers 1100 kilowatts at 33 kV, 0.8 power factor lagging. The total resistance and inductive reactance of the line are 10 ohms and 15 ohms respectively. Determine first one sending end voltage, second one sending end power factor, and third one transmission efficiency. So let us read the problem and write down the given data. In the problem they given that here a single phase overhead transmission system where the transmission line delivers, that means receiving end power they given, that is 1100 kilowatts, and receiving end voltage they given line voltage, that is 33 kilovolts, and receiving end side power factor cos of pi r they given 0.8 power factor, that too lagging. The total resistance and inductive reactance of the transmission line, that is R plus jXL, that is impedance Z is equal 10 plus J of 15 ohms they given. So here we have to find out three things. One is sending end voltage Vs, and sending end power factor, and transmission efficiency. So let us note down the given data. They given that receiving end power factor, that is load power factor cos of pi r, that is equal 0.8 lagging, and total line impedance, that is capital Z is equal to R plus jXL. Here R value they given 10 and inductive reactance value XL value they given 15. Therefore the overall impedance Z is equal 10 plus J of 15. Then the receiving end voltage they given, that is VR 33 kV, it is a line voltage, so 33 kilovolts now, so we can write that 33,000 volts. And here if I want to find out that receiving end current, that is line current or load current, therefore the line current or load current or receiving current capital I or capital suffix L or capital suffix R, that is equal capital P, that is receiving end power P divided by receiving end voltage into receiving end side power factor cos of pi r. Now we got the formula capital I is equal receiving end power PR divided by receiving end voltage VR into receiving end side power factor cos of pi r. So in the problem already they given, that is receiving end side power they given 1100 kilowatts, receiving end side line voltage they given, that is 33 kilovolts, receiving end side power factor they given that cos of pi r is equal 0.8 power factor. All these data I am going to substitute in the place of power, that is 11,000 kilowatts to the line voltage VL into power factor cos of pi r. So here 11,000 kilowatts, so 11,000 into kilo 10 power 3 divided by line voltage VL 33,000 into power factor cos of pi r, that is 0.8. So here 11,000 into 10 power 3, so 10 power 3, here 3 zeros if we cancel, the remaining 11,000 divided by 33 into 0.8, it will get 41.67 amperes. So the receiving end side current here we are calculated IR is equal 41.67 amperes. Similarly, receiving end side power factor in the problem already they given cos of pi r is equal 0.8. Then receiving end phase angle, that is pi r is equal cos inverse of 0.8. Cos inverse of 0.8, that becomes that is receiving end side phase angle pi r is equal 36.86. Therefore sin of pi r is equal 0.6. So in the given problem onwards, here we note that receiving end side cos of pi r and receiving end side sin of pi r. So one is 0.8, another one is 0.6. Now the receiving end voltage, the vector voltage at receiving end side VR bar is equal VR at an angle of 0 degree. So VR bar is equal VR at an angle of 0 degree means we can write that VR plus J0. So VR means here we know that the receiving end voltage 33,000 volts, here already they given in the problem, that is 33 kV, that is 33,000 volts. Next, I bar, that is vector sum of current I bar is equal capital I at an angle of minus pi r. So at an angle of minus theta, e power j theta, according to Euler's identity, we know the formula cos theta minus j sin theta. Here theta means pi r. So cos of pi r minus j into sin of pi r. So if I am going to multiply current I value at here and remaining cos pi r minus j into sin of pi r here, I can find out that the vector sum of the current I bar. So I already here we got, that is 41.67. So 41.67 into cos of pi r, here we got cos pi r 0.8 minus j sin pi r 0.6. So 41.67 of 0.8 minus j into 0.6. So I bar is equal 33.33 minus j into 25. By multiplying this 41.67 into 0.8, here it becomes 33.33. Similarly 41.67 into 0.6, it is 25. So I bar is equal 33.33 minus j 25. Similarly, as we know that the overall impedance of the transmission line Z bar is equal capital R plus j into XL. Here they, in the problem itself, they given that line resistance is 10 ohms, line inductive reactance is 15 ohms. So the overall impedance Z is equal R plus JL, that is 10 plus j of 15. Now I want to find out the sending end voltage. Sending end voltage is nothing but the vector sum of the sending end voltage Vs bar is equal algebraic sum of that receiving end voltage plus I bar into Z bar. Therefore sending end voltage is equal to receiving end voltage and line voltage drop. So Vs bar is equal to Vr bar, already we know that 33,000 volts, plus I bar means just now we calculated 33.33 minus j of 25 into Z bar means vector sum of resistance and inductive reactance value 10 plus j of 15. Now I am going to simplify this entire Vs bar function. The Vs bar function here, Vs bar is equal to 33,000 volts plus 33.33 into 10, 333.3. So here again 33.33 plus j of 15, it becomes j of 500 minus j 25 into 10 minus j 250 minus of plus minus again j square, j into j square 25 into 15, 375. Again if you are doing the simplification here, Vs bar is equal to 33,000 volts plus 333.3 plus j 250, because j 500 minus j 250 plus j 250 minus of minus, because j square is minus 1, minus of minus 1 of 375. So 33,000 plus 333.3 plus j 250 plus 375. If we add real values and imaginary values, the overall Vs bar is equal to 33,708.3 plus j of 250. So if I want to know the magnitude of Vs is equal to square root of real function whole square plus imaginary function whole square. So that is square root of 33,708.3 whole square plus 250 whole square. It becomes sending end voltage Vs is equal to 33,709 volts. Still I want to find out that sending end side power factor. If I want to find out the sending end power factor, I want to find out cos of pi s. Cos of pi s, if I want to know, means if before that I want to know that pi s. Pi s is nothing but pi r plus alpha. So alpha is nothing but tan inverse of z divided by Vr for series RL circuit. Therefore alpha is equal to tan inverse of z divided by Vr. Here z means, just now here we got z value is 10 plus j15. So 10 plus j15, that is a rectangular form value. For polar form value it is z is equal to 250. So in the place of z, if I substitute 250 and Vr means 33,708.3, then alpha is equal tan inverse of 0.0074. Tan inverse of 0.0075 becomes 0.42. Finally I want to find out that sending end power factor pi s is equal pi r plus alpha. Here alpha is equal 0.42, 0.42 plus 36.87, it got 37.29. So sending end power factor cos of pi s is equal cos of 37.29. So it got 0.7956 lagging. So still I want to find out the transmission efficiency, that is power delivered divided by power sent out. So power delivered means already they given in the problem, that is 1100 kilowatts divided by power sent out, that is nothing but power receiving end power plus line losses. Line losses is nothing but I square R losses. I square R losses is 17.36 kilowatts. So total losses plus sending and receiving end power, that is 1100 kilowatts plus 17.364. So it becomes 317.364 kilowatts. If I am substituted in the here, I got transmission efficiency 98.44%. Thank you.